FMMoneyTalkRadio.com. Scroll down to Podcast on Demand. Pick your show and it's on. Podcast on FMMoneyTalkRadio.com.
AMP Media Productions and WNN Money Talk Radio have been in conjoint business for 10 years. They've been working around the clock, nonstop, to promote over 500 shows and businesses reaching all over South Florida. With added platforms such as social media live streaming, podcasts, and the specialty of live radio, it's never been easier to get your voice heard by millions of listeners. To amplify your impact and start your show today, contact AMP Media Productions at 866-224-5422. That's 866-224-5422.
It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Brooklyn Cafe studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat at the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, or a movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in free 888-994-4995 right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe. I left my bell on the morning set.
To whom the bell tolls. Ding, 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 ding. For you, my king.
She looks like
forever
she looks like a penguin.
I might get a lot of trouble for just doing that, by the way. All these empowerment women going, yeah.
No, and she's kidding. Don't even listen to that. But welcome on a beautiful Thursday afternoon. Rain is on the way for the weekend. Of course it is.
Is it?
Yes, it is. Just saw that. But new intro, new open, new everything, new announcements, podcasting all over the place. WNN is putting us out. And you saw that we changed the open to give us a little time
to breathe,
to spread some love, because sharing is caring. So do us a favor, if you're watching today's show, share it out to one person. It will go viral all over the place.
And there you have it. Happy Thursday to you too.
Because only 2 people watch, so 1 and 1 is 2, and maybe we get 4.
Yeah, I think we got more than that.
Got an exciting show today. We got some new twists, new turns, new people, new.
New.
And then we got an old pro sitting in the corner over there.
In the house, we got Jordana Foster in the house. We've got Amit Knightley. We've got Irvin Machado, Prosecco Zero. And I don't know what else we got coming up for the 1 o'clock hour, but you never know. But our phone lines are always open, so give us a call, 888-994-4995. Studio A, get these girls a pumping, because yesterday it was the boys on the board. Today it's 2 and 2, actually. We got 2 of the girls, plus we got you and Slick.
I got to tell you.
They got you on hold?
the boys, I'm going to tell you, they're going to give the girls a run.
I know, I see that.
That's all I got to say.
They
Yes,
did
I'll call you back later.
a nice job. I got to tell you, there are so many things going on. My lists have lists in my head.
Yeah,
I
that's a
know.
whole different problem.
I think they're just like, oh my gosh, too
It's
many
a
things going
whole
on. Is
different
all
problem.
I can tell you.
And it's funny because I get to produce Jordana Foster's show, Ready, Set, Go Beyond, on Tuesday nights. And she's on there with a window. She did the eyebrow lady, the lady with the eyebrow. Attitude.
Yes.
Attitude. And she was listening to the podcast that we put on at WNN before her show because I had to fill in. And it was about a show, and she was involved in that whole conversation. And she's laughing. And I can't hear you. I can only see you in the window. And she's laughing. And I said, yeah, they're talking about you. And she's laughing. Pretty funny stuff, wasn't it?
It was interesting that, you never know how something is going to take effect for later times down the road or even in the future. And that's exactly what happened with it.
Is your light on?
Say that
Press the
again.
button to see if the green light comes on.
Now it is.
All right, there you go.
There we go.
Say that again.
Must not have been important what I had to say.
No, say
Always
it again.
important.
It was
So,
funny.
Yes, we had had such a great conversation earlier that day, and then I was waiting to get on my show, and I heard something that sounded familiar about our conversation, and you never know the impact that, some words or, that you can have on people and how it can take steps to move us forward. So it was really great to hear that.
And when I got her thumbs up about it, and I says, we're talking about you, and she's laughing. And it was funny because certain things that happen in the business, you never know what the deal is. Every day is a whole different kettle of fish.
Every day is a whole lot of different. And people say I am positive, and I truly try to stay positive in the light, as opposed to sometimes you're not always so positive. But it's not as if things don't affect me. It's not as if I was telling Jordana, I probably am a millionaire in my head right now in the amount of rent that I should be collecting on what people are actually doing to my brain. Because I could collect rent on the apartment complexes there, Freddie, the rooms, the hotels, the cities. The amount of people that rent space in my brain, and if they're renting space in my brain, I think they're renting space, I want to say women because men can compartmentalize a little bit better, Freddie says. Because they don't actually. You watch football and actually you watch football. And
No,
there's
I
nothing
watch
else going
football,
on.
I watch baseball.
Okay,
yeah.
so if I were to watch football, it would be baseball, it would be the laundry and this and the proposals and the media kit and 20 other things
Right.
that I don't compartmentalize. Then it gets like in this big spaghetti bowl in my brain.
But how can you enjoy watching something, thinking about
Who
something
says you
else?
enjoy it?
Well, you see, that
Am I right?
that would be the first
Absolutely.
And therein lies a huge, there's like no words for the
You see, the difference is I drink heavily.
Well, he's going to take care of that for you also.
Bada boom.
Bada bing.
But the object of the game is to focus. You see something in front of you, you go there. It's like this morning. We were talking about something that we wanted to get accomplished, and Dawn decides to add 15 things to the equation. And
Like
I
what?
said, stop. That's not important. You had them do this, and let's do that. And I
But
said,
here's
no.
the thing in business, and you don't realize how many things you have on your plate until someone so graciously says, oh, yeah, it's like when you go to the doctor and you don't feel good until he tells you you're dying, and then you go, oh, wow, it's really that bad. You don't realize how many things we carry on our shoulders or on our plate until, for women, your girlfriend goes, oh, wow, yeah. So you've got that with your parents, and you've got that with your kids, and oh, when you're 53, so you're going through that, and oh, you've got a business, and it's a pandemic, and holy crap, by the time I got to where I had to go yesterday, I had such a migraine, I was sick to my stomach, and went, is my life really that bad? But I'm thinking, no, not until she pointed it all out to me.
You know, Dawn,
But
We-
what is that? I'm asking my business coach over there.
yeah, okay. Let's see what your business coach has to say.
So you wrapped a lot of things in there.
You
So
think?
what was the question? Because
I don't even know what the question was. I'm
Tell me.
totally lost with the question.
No. I know I can totally relate to everything
How-
that she's
you know
saying,
what?
but what was the
So
question?
all these
for-
things that people lay out in your life that are not so positive, but yet you kind of think you're dealing with them. And as Freddie always says, when you go to the doctor, you don't feel well, and they tell you you're dying, and then they go, oh, wait, I made a mistake. All these things that you deal with until someone says they're really bad, and then you go, oh my gosh, maybe I really can't deal with it. Maybe my life isn't what I think it is. Maybe it's as bad as everyone says it is. And this is, I think, this overlying pressure that's going on right now in the world?
So I think that there's a few things wrapped up in there.
Yeah.
I think first of all, we tend to, when not just the conversations that we're having with ourselves as far as what we can handle, and we're all handling a lot more than we used to before, and there's so many emotions attached to that, right? I mean, there's so much. It's a very challenging time. But when you throw into the mix what other people are thinking and feeling about how you should be thinking and feeling, or what you should be doing, that kind of changes things up, because what's important to somebody else on their level of priorities might not be your priority at that moment. Doesn't mean it's not a priority, but when you were talking with Freddie and you're saying, oh, I have this, this, and this, and I have lists for my list. I have lists for my list too. But every day we get to, instead of we have to, that's a shift right there. We get to decide what we want to prioritize and what is the most important to handle at the top of that list. And then we have to be okay with what we possibly didn't get done that day, or it didn't go as well as we hoped, and then tomorrow those might be bumped up to the next day. Doesn't mean that we're doing it all wrong, or we're not on the right track, or we have to start feeling really bad about ourselves, because that's the worst thing that we can do right now.
Well,
or
why
if
do we
somebody's
care?
telling you,
Why do we care so much about what other people think?
oh my goodness.
What do you got, a mouse in your pocket? What do you mean we?
Women.
Women. Okay, that's a better question.
Because I don't think you and Amit probably really care what other people think of you. I know this because Amit's like, I cleaned house on my friends this year because they did not serve me.
Yeah, that's how I
I
am.
mean, don't fall for the trap. Hold it. Before you answer.
Trap.
Don't fall for the trap. This is how.
Irvin, you don't know me well
We-
enough for me to
I
throw you in
think-
the conversation.
This
But
is-
I think
wait,
what-
I'm equal opportunity.
This is the way she throws you into the mix, and
I'll
then
bring you in, don't worry about it.
don't fall for it.
Don't.
Don't. Simply said, we have feelings. We do feel. Somebody says something, we defend ourselves, but we move on.
And you tell
Yeah.
them to go, you know what, and you move on.
And I move on. I mean, if you're telling me words and I tell you words back, nothing's gonna happen. What's gonna happen? You got your opinion, I got mine.
But you really move on.
Of course. Well, no, I'm gonna sit here.
But
and
I
say,
really don't.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
You make corn complicated. Eating corn complicated.
Yes.
I mean, but the bottom line here, Dawn, is do one thing at a time.
Yeah.
Finish that, and then go on to the next.
That,
But what she just said about caring what other people think is not just about moving on to the next and getting that task done. That's an emotional component that I think as women in general, that's something that we need to work on a daily basis. And I really think that starts from acknowledging that we're enough and not allowing someone else to dictate. I do a whole thing on this
Yeah.
about dictating what our worth is. Because once you feel like you're enough, you won't allow yourself as often, I'm not going to say never, but you won't allow it as often to happen because it's taking away your self-worth. It's somebody else cannot dictate what you're worth. They can't put a price on that. They can try.
You don't think
it
men?
happens.
But you don't think men feel that way?
I think that men handle it differently.
Yeah.
I think they feel that way I'll give you an example. I have a lot of male clients that I coach and train from a business standpoint. However, the competition isn't about them as men. It's more about it's not. They're not looking at, it's
don't
more
think so?
about I think at a deeper level it is, but as a comparison, I think that men from a business standpoint, that's where the competition comes in as far as what people have. I don't think it's that they're looking at it's a different comparison.
Well,
Do you take it personally or is it business?
Well, I was a coach for children,
Right.
and I had boys and girls play football, and those parents were very competitive. They thought they knew more than me. They thought they knew more than each other.
Right.
In business, look at any business. Everybody wants to compete because that's the nature of the beast.
Sure.
Men are the most competitive people in the planet. The difference here is that when you have a plan of action and you are able to decipher what you're going to be doing one step at a time, you don't
I don't
trip
think men are
over
more
it.
competitive than women. I think they do it differently. I think, as men in business, there is competition. this is the business world. As women, because
We let you think that.
we are new, it's not men versus women. Women as a whole, we're newly stepping into our power in the business realm. And actually, during this pandemic, the percentage of women that have given up their jobs to stay home and be the caretakers, not even a close percentage, and admit we can talk about that later, like way 9 times the amount of women have given up their careers and jobs to stay home with the kids. Because why? Is it because we value ourselves in business less? Because I was telling you a story today of what happened, and this was a woman-to-woman thing. This was not a business thing. This was this was someone thinking I was doing something with all I was doing was clearly a business strategy. That it was a business strategy that if a man had done it, would have been taken as it's a business strategy.
I disagree with
Do
it.
you?
Yes.
But if as a woman, it was it's a more of a competition.
And I'm going to give you another one. I stayed home to take care of my 2 boys. I had one for 5 years. I had to stay home. Then the other one came along, another 5 years before they went to school. And for 10 years, Freddie stayed home from 9 to 4:30, 5 o'clock. And then Freddie went to work. Freddie went to work at night. Now, I'm going to tell you why Freddie went to work at night. You think you got it all that hard? Because I was a man, and I'm supposed to be the man, and I got to go to work at night to take care of my family.
Oh, wow.
Because I'm the man. And she went, she had a career. She was a CEO's assistant involved in it. She was making big dollars.
Yeah.
And Freddie had to go find a way to make it work. And then I got good at it. You know what's fun? You know what's interesting about men? We get good at certain things. And when we get good at it, we start having a little fun. And we start making it look easy.
Yep.
And therein lies the difference that I see between men and women. We don't complicate ourselves because we already know, you know, I got 3 balls and 2 strikes and I'm going to be a dad. I didn't even know how to change a pamper. I swear to God, my mother, may she rest in peace, I called her and said, Mom, what do I do with this? But I went and I did it. For 10 years I did it. But I don't want to stay and step on women's shoes. Women have it hard enough. Just staying out of their own way.
Yeah, totally.
Out of their own way. Forget about society and everything else.
Staying out of our own rental space.
You think about 15 different things at one time.
Yes. And if you ask me, what am I doing? I actually have to think what I'm actually doing because I'm actually doing one thing, but thinking about, so today, perfect example, Jordan, you walked in. I was working on a media kit for another show, but I wanted to have the conversation with you, but I wanted to listen to Amit and his show that was happening in Studio B, and then Hector was working on this, and I knew Val was working on another piece. So what was I doing? It looked like I was
And
working
you set
on,
up the studio.
And I set up, so it looked like I was actually typing a media kit, but I was doing 6 other things at the same time, and I wonder why my head hurts.
I wonder why your head hurt. I wonder why my head hurts.
I wonder why my head is still attached.
My head hurts thinking about it.
So many things competing for your time and attention, right?
So what do you do when you have a client? I can't clearly be the only person that does this.
No.
I feel like me and you think the same. I'm the same way.
Oh, God help us, no.
It's true.
Absolutely
But
not.
I've been dealing with it a lot better lately, and believe it or not,
You're in a better place
by eating what I eat.
by eating.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I changed my habit. I stopped McDonald's. I stopped Checkers. I stopped that. I've been cooking vegetables all week and just eating raw vegetables and stuff, and I feel great. And I've been up at 6 o'clock every day, like nothing. My mindset is different. I have more
And you're
time.
eating.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
You
true.
didn't eat before.
Oh, I ate bad.
He didn't eat
before.
good
Or you
stuff.
ate bad food before.
Yeah, like
Well, you know, I'm very similar to that whole thing. I've been drinking more, which
I-
is a nice segue to our
and
guest.
I quit drinking, and that helped too.
Well, I quit drinking too because I couldn't take the sugar, but I found a gentleman who actually is resolving that problem.
Oh, we're gonna find out today.
We're going to be talking about how to
definitely wanna hear more
resolve
about
your
this.
sugar
Yeah,
intake
yeah.
problem. And I'm going to tell you another thing. That's a good point you brought up about food because during your eating habits, you may eat the good stuff once in a while because you don't eat.
I do.
No, you don't. And if you're going to call it what it is, you got to be well-rounded in everything. Now, I did editing. I was talking to Jordana. We were talking about the podcast because there's a podcast coming. And I watched you like a ping pong. You see, I have learned to let her do what she does because she's very good at it. The problem is, it's never going to have an ending because she begins to think about the next thing. And then they become layered. And they can become layered. And the thing that I have found out in the last 2 weeks is that this one over here understands her. And that's a very scary thought.
You gotta have
Because
balance.
she talks, she hears, and I'm confused. this is a problem. And then today you're adding to the mix. So I'm going to stick with the Prosecco.
I'm
over
gonna
there. Let me
ask
sit over there.
Jordana. So, Jordana, what do you hear when I ramble?
So there are a lot of things that are competing for your time and attention, and clearly you are juggling a lot, and they're all very important to you, right? But the thing is that when we are very intentional about just taking each thing, you know, you were talking about how Freddie can compartmentalize. It doesn't mean that you can't do all of those things, but finish up what it is that you're doing and then move on to the next thing, as opposed to, because then if we're in a conversation but that you want to hear that, if you excuse yourself from the conversation, you know what, I want to hear, we want to finish this conversation, but I really want to check in on that, then go in there. You don't have to stay for the whole 20 minutes to hear the whole thing. Feel fulfilled that you took that time, then kind of check that off your mental list. Come back in. Maybe you needed to do something on the computer, and then say, you know what, where did we leave off with that? Because I really think that was a great conversation. When we're very strategic, which is what I love to coach and I live by, don't think that what you do is not, that is all in my head. I have 100 million things going on and in my head, and what is the next thing. But when it doesn't mean that you have to give up and not do those, but if you can excuse yourself, give yourself permission, if you will, and say, you know what, I'm going to put this on pause for a minute. Let me go in there, check on the show. Great, did that. You don't need to stay. I think we made the mistake of thinking that if I do that, then I can't do this. And that's not the case if we compartmentalize it and say, well, you know what, I'm only going to be in there for 5 minutes, make sure everything's running smooth. Once I do that, I'm going to check the email to see if the guest is going to be here today. Great, they're coming. Okay, Jordana, where do we leave off? But in the meantime, I can still be talking with Freddie. I could be checking an email I got. You're not being disrespectful to me. You've already told me what you need to do, but it's having those conversations and having a plan, as opposed to doing it all at once, or if you can't, feeling frustrated that you can't do some of the things, so that you're not being present in the things that you think you are in.
And when you coach people, you work with this.
That's one of the things. That's one of
balance
the
is
many
key.
things
That's the most valuable part of it.
That's
what you do.
huge, because it's
Yeah.
really giving people the tools for their life and business. People are funny. They'll come in because I am a business coach and strategist. But what happens is it ends up really going into all these other facets in their life and their relationships, and it really does, they're all connected.
Yeah.
We're
everything
not
is.
just business people and business owners. We're mothers and fathers, and we have partners and children and all of, our friends and our family. There's so many, our clients, there's so many facets to who we are that, again, we can compartmentalize, but it's when we get a real hold on that, it can really help give us more clarity for all these other things, and not feel bad about that we're juggling too much, or we have so much in our head, because you are able to tackle them, but do them in little micro, pieces. Break them into smaller pieces.
Good luck with that.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
No, she's
all about
right,
balance,
though.
you know?
What do you think, Amit?
So, when I was in high school, I was in the Air Force Junior ROTC Academy, and my instructor at the time, told me something. It's called the 6 P's of life, and there's different ways that you say it. It's proper, prior planning prevents poor performance. Back then, didn't care for it. But I find myself now following it throughout this whole year. I started off with reminders. I was sticking a sticky note in the fridge, the 6 P's, stick it on my phone. And that also helps because it keeps your mind in sync. Soon, if you keep your mind in sync, you'll see every time you look at the clock, it'll be 222, it'll be 333. Like, you'll be in sync with the universe. And that's what it is too. I believe in that part of it. If you're spiritual, But that was one of the main key concepts, the 6 P's.
Agreed. Even on my end, I can honestly tell what time it is without looking at the clock. Like when I wake up in the morning, I can tell it's 9 a.m. because my body knows to wake up at this time, that certain things are going on outside, certain just energies and just feelings of my body just tells me, hey, this is what time it is, and this is the time for you to get up and go get it,
Yeah, my body does that. It's 1, it's 4.
Yeah, just like certain times.
And it's so
just
never
weird.
9.
What you'll find, I feel like you'll start to find yourself as you get in sync. By the end of the day, you're like, wow, I got everything done. Like, that's how my days are now. I'm like, wait, I have nothing left to do. What am I gonna do for the next 3 hours? I guess let's go make some music, watch some TV. You know,
Well,
right?
you're one of the lucky fews because midnight I'm like, oh man, I ran out of time. See, the problem is that life changes every day around you.
Absolutely.
For sure.
And I think that the adaptability of change really is what Dawn. You know, there is certain things that people will say she's struggling with or she's not doing well, and it happens to be your strength.
Yeah.
Is that you don't sit still, you don't have your mind focused on one thing. It's just the complete opposite, and you're fighting yourself. That's your strength. You know, I look at people sometimes and they work towards their weaknesses as opposed to their strengths because they think the society says you should do it this way. And that isn't so. Now, if you want to control your migraines, then slow down your thought. Think about your 5 things over 5 hours, not over 5 minutes. But that's on you. That's your calling. But I have learned that when Dawn says, okay, we should do this, it gets done. Dawn says we should have art, it got done. Dawn says, okay, I'm going to talk to Jordana and I want to change the intro. It gets done. It's not going to get done right then and there. It's going to get done.
Yeah.
That's why you see everybody in here with a laptop and a computer and everything else. So she thinks that nobody's listening. Everybody is listening.
Yeah.
But keep bringing it on until she exhausts us.
and that confidence that you have in her
That's
is the main
fabulous.
thing, man. That
But the
confidence
bottom,
is great.
it works. You know, in your business, it works. In your business, it works. And Jordana gets to orchestrate it, which is really nice.
And you know what, Jordana, right now
Nice.
people need what you do, because not only do you need a business coach, but you hope that you are in the type of business that accentuates your passion. So as you said, it's not just your business, it's who you are. So now you become a coach of, poor thing, you know, and you and I are both Jewish, like I need a cross. Because now you're dealing with the person, the personality, their passion, they're passionate about their business, and now you've got all of this wrapped up in their family life. But this is exactly what people need right now, is someone, you're not a psychologist, but you kind of are like this business psychologist of helping people put everything together where it needs to go, but yet focus on your business.
It's true, and thank you for what you said, because what's happened right now throughout this whole, I don't like the word that they use, but anyway, this whole trying, challenging time, because the words that we use have
like that.
power.
Correct.
So I'm not going to use the word.
I like that.
Anyway, during this trying time and challenging time that we're all still going through, and some more than others, if we haven't gotten very clear on what's important for ourselves, for our lives, for our families, if we haven't got that clarity of what gets us excited and what we're passionate about and what legacy we want to leave behind and how we want to make people feel and how we can do that through our businesses and our, you know, whatever engagements and connections we make, then we've missed the whole lesson, the whole entire lesson that we were supposed to learn through all this.
Well, that's why you
And
keep
so-
repeating it.
Right. Well,
Yeah, until
so
you
we
get it
really
right.
need to- so if you're not doing something, and you know, I understand a lot of people right now can't do what it is that they're passionate about. So I always tell my clients, well, then have that be a side thing that you do. Have that be, you know, do your job or do your business, but then have that on the side and then grow that so that you can feel fulfilled. But I do think when you connect your passion and purpose with how you are, you know, having that financial component and how you are financial component with business is how many people you're helping.
Exactly.
That's what it comes down to. How many people are you helping? Now, if you're not getting your message out there, you need to be, you know, part of this, be part of my show, be part of network, like get yourself
Yep.
out there and connect with more people. Doesn't mean that what you have isn't great and you're not great, but you're not getting out there to a larger audience. But we all really need to connect with what lights us up inside, and that's the energy
Yeah.
that you guys bring, that I bring. We are all energy, and you attract what, if we're at a lower vibration and we're not feeling it, then that's what you're going to attract.
Yeah.
So
I-
Absolutely right.
That summed up like my life this whole month right there.
And you're young, Amit. I mean, you're younger than people realize you are,
Yeah.
because you're definitely an old soul.
I'm 28. Yeah.
That's young. I mean, you're my kid's age. My daughter's the same age as you. But you come across as much more wise and worldly and knowing and how to put things in perspective than some other 28-year-olds.
Yeah.
Erwin, what do you think about the conversation?
I think that, well, first of all, great job, Jordan. I think that you hit the nail on the head, very similar and very different occasions. I can relate a lot because, first of all, I started my company in the middle of these unique circumstances while having a full-time job. I also have a son, so I'm also a father. So I think that there's a lot of things that you guys, I can relate with what you said. I think one of the biggest things that helped me in my career, I'm 33 years old, and I started a new wine, and it's obviously a very difficult market right now. But one of the things that really helped me was learning early that if you say no to other people, it means you're saying yes to yourself. So oftentimes we are overachieving because we want to please everybody. We want to be, be liked by everybody. But oftentimes it's about prioritizing. So I like to think like life is like traffic. There's always people ahead of you. There's always people behind you. And there's also assholes in the road. So if you understand that, I feel, and if you're okay with this, then you can then move forward. And also understand that there are certain things outside your control. And you should never worry about things that are outside your control. You can only attach or address things that are right in front of you. So if you prioritize and understand that saying no, it's also okay, I think you can be successful because I started a business pure out of passion. I started studying winemaking simply because I love wine and I wanted to be making my own wine. And I started my business with virtually $0. So I think it's very much doable.
And why don't you tell them what you do?
Can we go to commercial break and come back?
Yes,
to
we
this?
can.
Sure.
All right, hold that thought. Jordana, give us your information, how people can find you, because this is an amazing conversation. I love that you came back this week.
Oh, yeah.
And then we're going to toast to it when we get back from commercial break. So tell us how
Wonderful.
people
They can
find
contact me at readysetgobeyond@gmail.com. They can like and message me on Facebook at Ready, Set, Go Beyond, also Instagram. My website is johnmaxwellgroup.com/Jordana Foster, and I have a podcast, Ready, Set, Go Beyond, on Spotify, Google, Apple, and WWNN, and you can download the website. So thank you so much.
And your
This is
show
great.
airs when?
Oh, every Tuesday night at 7:30 p.m. on Facebook at Ready, Set, Go Beyond, or you can listen on WWNN.
All right, stay tuned. We're going to take a commercial break. When we come back, we're going to toast to this conversation we're having, because you know what? Tomorrow's almost Friday. Tomorrow's Friday, so we're almost there. So it's time to open up Thursday. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
AskDearAbby.com. Dear Abby is a life coaching company that was founded by Abby Awotasu. At Dear Abby, we believe in empowering single women to unapologetically own their identities and grow in self-love. We know that in order for you to find true, meaningful, lasting love, you must first love and fully embrace yourself, flaws and all. Contact us today at AskDearAbby.com for your personalized coaching session that will get you on the path to ultimately finding your soulmate. And follow Dear Abby on social media at AskDearAbby on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
Even though some things are far away, we plan for them ahead of time because they're important. When it comes to your celebration of life, it's really no different. You want to plan ahead now so your family doesn't have to later, and create a service that reflects your values, character, and traditions, no matter what they may be. At Dignity Memorial, we listen to every detail and make sure everyone is remembered.
Healing Moments Wellness Boutique specializes in integrating scientific and ancient therapies to relieve physical, emotional, and psychological distress. Through the power of touch, coaching, and meditation, clients experience pain relief, relaxation, healing, and detoxification. Contact Healing Moments Wellness Boutique at 561-931-2187 and experience Boca Raton's Healing Haven. Enjoy the benefits of an individualized treatment plan to help find your feelings of peace, complete balance, and wellness. Call Healing Moments today, 561-931-2187, and be rejuvenated.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back. Interesting.
And we are back at the Brooklyn Cafe. I think Freddie's a little hurt, so
I'm not
we have
hurt.
not included men enough. So our apologies on that, but apparently we have not been as inclusive as we should be. So gentlemen, we must include you in this conversation
First of all, Freddie.
of cluttering. If you would like to declutter my mind, go for
Freddie
it.
never said he was hurt. Let's start there.
He did
Don't
not. I'm messing
exaggerate
with him.
Included? Is that the better word?
No, I just think
Not
that
included.
I just think that sometimes it's turned into a woman's issues with the world, and sometimes people don't realize that men bleed, men cry, men do have feelings.
Absolutely.
You know, we're not all just sheetrock and come and hang yourself on us.
No, absolutely.
Is that women express their actual problems with the world more. So that's why it's coming to the light. So when we have enough women expressing their issues with the world, that's when we feel like we find an opportunity to talk about it. And we can kind of change that if men did decide to talk more about their feelings and things on their mind, but are we really going to do that? Who knows?
Well, do you think men do that? I mean, think about it, right?
Yeah. Some
in
do,
your
yeah,
house,
for sure.
in your house, you go and they tell you, your wife or your mom tells you to throw out the garbage. Do you do it? Be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much so, right? You gonna tell your wife throw out the garbage? You think what's she gonna do with that garbage? She's gonna hit you over the head with the garbage.
Yeah.
We already know this instinctively.
I see it.
Instinctively,
You
we
know
already
it's
know.
funny.
You don't tell your wife, your girlfriend, your mom, your sister, go throw out the garbage. You don't do that.
No.
But the conversation during the commercial break was with Irvin Machado, and I want to talk about what you do, Prosecco Zero. You
Yes,
were
yes.
having really part of this whole conversation of the men's perspective of this, and I love
Right.
your whole traffic analysis. Ever notice that people see a red light in front of them and they speed up?
Yeah, but that's actually what we do. Well, if you think about it, that's actually what we do in our day-to-day life. It happens to me all the time. Every time I'm catching a red light, I'm like, catch a red light.
Not me. I zoom. I zoom.
No, but that's exactly, well, other than Freddie, obviously, that I'm sure he has plenty of tickets to prove that. But I think that that's what happens in our life. We get upset about things that are outside of our control. So if you get upset about every traffic light and every red light you're going to find in your life, then by nature, if life is an allocation of time, you're bound to be upset.
But you're young to have this perspective. I'm like intrigued by all these young
But hold
people
on,
that have these perspectives.
but I want to ask him. You started out a successful business.
Yes.
I hear you're sold out to November. Is this correct?
Yes. So we actually started a brand new a brand of Prosecco, which is a zero added sugar Prosecco, and we sold out. I mean, I actually cannot open new accounts because I'm out of wine.
Because he's out of wine now. Okay, now
Yes.
you didn't wake up one day and say, today I'm going to be a success.
I mean, I don't think. I think it's obviously there's a requirement in terms of set of talents that you need to acquire to be able to run a successful business. But in terms of the decision making, it was made for me. I mean, these unique circumstances with the pandemic made me have to leave a very successful job I had with Big Time Restaurant Group. I mean, we're one of the largest conglomerate, single-owned conglomerate restaurants in South Florida. So had this pandemic never happened, I would have continued to be the beverage director for Big Time Restaurant Group the rest of my life. There's no need for me to change. I had a very steady schedule, incredible benefits. Obviously, my life was pretty much fine the way it was. Now, the decision that was made for me was to make me uncomfortable, right? So when the pandemic hit and I get a letter saying you no longer have a job, then that decision wasn't made by me. But the interesting bit is that because I, for the first time in 8 years, was no longer comfortable, then I need to revamp myself. And that's what I doubled down in knowledge. I doubled down in my passion, which is wine, and I started my own company.
So you just started this company within the past few months.
Yeah, so I actually signed contract about 2 months ago. So in 3 months, we have been able not only to sell out of our wine, so we had a warehouses full of our Prosecco, so we were able to sell out of our wine, but also now in negotiations with a nationwide distribution. So this usually takes many years. We've been able to accomplish this in about 3 months.
Tell us about this company. It's called Prosecco Zero.
Right. So Prosecco Zero is a company that I started because it is a co-branding of a Prosecco with zero added sugar wine with a winery called Peninsula that comes from Italy. So all of Prosecco by law needs to come from Italy. So I partnered with a fantastic gentleman named Francesco and Guido, and these are my partners and also managing directors for the winery and production. And I co-branded a wine with them. So I then put my expertise as a sommelier in winemaking to be able to produce a wine that was unique to the market. Prosecco, by nature, needs sugar, because for you to have bubbles, you need to add sugar. It's a secondary fermentation. So if you think about a regular Prosecco, you usually would use about 20 grams of sugar per liter, because every 4 grams you get 1 bar of pressure. So you need that pressurized environment. Prosecco usually has about 4 to 5 bars of pressure. The unique thing that we did was that we were able to achieve 5 bars of pressure, reusing the first fermentation sugar and not adding any sugar. That's why it's called Prosecco Zero, zero added sugar. So my Prosecco only has 2 grams of sugar, 2.9 grams of sugar per liter, whereas the leading brand in the world right now has about 20 grams of sugar per liter. So 1/10 pretty much of the leading Prosecco brand. Not only is this very beneficial for the flavor profile of my wine, but gives you a sense of place. So Prosecco has always had the inherent difficulty because when you taste Prosecco, it's bitter, and then it tastes sweet because you add sugar, right? So there's no congruency in flavor. Every time you taste Prosecco, if you put attention, you're always going to taste first bitter, then sweet. What we were able to accomplish is, because we don't add any sugar, our Prosecco is perfectly round. So it's an incredible flavor profile, and the bubbles are more fine, more similar to champagne than it is Prosecco. Because Prosecco naturally also has very big bubbles. Our Prosecco has perfectly constant flow, very similar to champagne. And like Freddie pointed out, it's perfect for diabetics, because Prosecco has polyphenols that help you for your blood flow, because it has nitric oxide, and this helps your blood flow. And on top of that, if Prosecco already has those benefits, and you take away the sugar, this is a wine that you can enjoy without having to call your doctor in the morning.
That's right.
Prosecco is considered a wine. Did you know that?
It is.
Don't care. I couldn't drink it. I remember.
I don't care as long as I can drink it.
I remember at the gallery, they used to do Prosecco parties, right? And I would have a taste, and my blood sugar, I could feel it going, to outer space. And there wasn't any benefit, and psychologically you begin, I don't really want to be there, because everybody's drinking and have a good time with it. So psychologically it changes you. This, for a diabetic, I know that for you that you can drink this is no big deal.
Irvin, he's been talking about this for 2 weeks already.
But it is phenomenal.
It's the truth, right?
Freddie is quickly becoming my national speaker, I will have you know. But no, it's important. Our friend here was talking about him improving his health, mental health, by what he eats. I always go to the gym in the morning, and the reason why I go to the gym in the morning is if you make the first decision in your morning right, you're bound to do good decisions throughout your day, right? If you wake up and you have a bar of chocolate, chances are you're not going to have a good day. So when you make this decision, it changes. So what you put in your body matters. And that also includes when you're enjoying yourself. So when you can enjoy Prosecco and enjoy a party without having to worry what you're putting in your body, it makes a difference. It really makes you feel different. In the morning, you're going to thank me when you enjoy Prosecco Zero, because you don't have this hangover. The reason why you get so bad hangovers in certain liquors is because of the abundance of sugars. What happens with sugars is that it dehydrates you, right? So when you wake up in the morning, you have headaches, you're dehydrated, all you want is water. Without any sugar, you don't have this problem as much.
And sugar creates inflammation for a diabetic.
For everybody.
Well, for
Yes.
everybody, but a diabetic, your shoes feel like they're going to explode. All of a sudden, you can't put your shirt on, you can't put your belt around because you're so blown up on 20 grams of sugar. It's a lot for a liter.
That's a lot of sugar.
It's a lot of sugar, you know, I mean, and you just don't realize, you think that, and this is Florida. And in Florida, it's a little warm out there. And in Florida, when it's warm, everybody likes to have a good time. And that's a given fact. When I was in New York, I didn't even know where Prosecco was.
Imagine taking 20 teaspoons of sugar.
Those are those 20 packets.
20 pack, whatever, or 20 teaspoons and pouring that into a liter. That is what
And that's
you're
what
doing.
you're sucking down.
No, this
And that's
is
what you're doing.
significant, and I'm so excited because I love Prosecco.
Do you?
I do. And, you know, of course, you don't have to be diabetic to want to take care of your, you know, obviously there's more of a, you know, it's more urgent. You know, you have to be much more intentional for your health. But I think everybody is looking to be more health conscious and to know that it has, you know, what he's specifically done with this line is to deliver outstanding flavor that doesn't compromise that, but also gives you those health benefits of is fantastic. It's very exciting. So congratulations.
And
I can't wait to try it.
Thank you so much for saying that. I'm loving these sound effects. They're fantastic. Thank you so much for saying that, because the first thing that we wanted to do is make a change. And obviously, we want to make a brand, and like any other company, obviously we want to be successful. This is not something I'm negating. But what I do want to say is that we're part of our community. We're a Miami-born company, so we're very much involved with charities. I mean, I'm involved with Mindful Kids Miami, Baptist Hospital, breast cancer awareness, because we're not just here to represent a brand. We're here to help our community one bubble at a time. And the way we're doing that is by, first of all, taking care of ourselves, right? If you eat well, if you take care of yourself, then you can respect others. If you think of your body as a temple and you don't take care of your own temple, how can you actually respect other people? So we want to start making that change just on the mentality, mindsets. The mindset of people, it's a very powerful thought. And for us, it's very important. And that includes when you're enjoying yourself. And for us, me being a sommelier, for me, it's really important what I drink.
One bubble at a time. I love that. So, Ed, Erwin, what I want to do is I want to go to commercial break.
Sure.
Let's open some. Can we open them and taste them?
Absolutely, we're going to be tasting.
All right, so let's go to commercial break. We're going to, do we pop it? Is it like a cork?
Yeah, of course. It's
All right.
a Prosecco
Stay
bottle,
tuned. We're
just
gonna
like
get
champagne.
There too. So, those who you drink, great. If not, you can partake vicariously, as Freddie always says, through what we get to do. So stay tuned, and we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
Let's all welcome a new sponsor to the show. It's AMP2 TV, the first and only internet production company that's truly plugged in. When you're looking for a full-service internet TV radio production company, discover AMP2 TV, a full-service production company that can provide all streaming videos in studio or remotely. They offer web page development, and they use all the latest platforms to help make all your business selling points more powerful. They can do remotes or live radio streaming, as well as tape productions for social media platforms and television. AMP2 TV can handle all of your television needs, including closed caption for a perfect on-air telecast. Choose from a variety of creative TV and radio packages, or visit one of their many studios to get your creative juices flowing. Come and see why AMP2 TV works with many major companies, including Comcast, Bravo, and Fox 29, as well as individuals and businesses of all types and sizes. To see samples of their work or to find out more, visit their website at amp2.tv. That's AMP, the number 2.tv, or call them at 866-224-5422. Feel free to call for a quote or just a consult of how to put your business on a social media platform or radio platform, or just doing a show that is covered by all platforms. Call 866-224-5422 and make an appointment. That's 866-224-5422.
Hi friends, it's Bree and Allie from Kids and Capes. Tune in Saturday mornings on the Brooklyn Cafe Kids Television Network at 10 o'clock, where we share fun and ideas. And remember, peace, love, and kindness.
AMP2TV and WNN Money Talk Radio have been in conjoint business for 10 years. They have been working around the clock, nonstop, to promote over 500 shows and businesses reaching all over South Florida. With added platforms such as social media live streaming, podcasts, and the specialty of live radio, it has never been easier to get your voice heard by millions of listeners. To amplify your impact and start your show today, contact AMP2TV at 866-224-5422. That's 866-224-5422.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Erwin, I gotta tell you, this is unbelievable. Now, it's funny, Jordana, when I, at the height of my sugar being 268, and I was in ICU and I came out, I used to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning to take a shot of tequila or a shot of vodka. Because it's called the New Dawn phenomenon. From 3 to 6 o'clock in the morning, your sugar.
No pun intended.
I know. Well,
so sorry.
I didn't know it was coming. But that's what it's called, the New Dawn phenomenon. And what it does, it destroys your liver, your feet, your hands, everything. And we were trying to slow this down, and they couldn't figure. I was taking insulin, and they could not figure out how to do it. So I had to give up everything that had any sugar. And for me to sit here today, because my sugar's under control, and to be able to taste this, it's a different perception psychologically than just having something healthy. For you guys it is. It's important always to take into your body healthy. But that I'm here today to be able to enjoy this glass, for me it's a deal breaker. It's just a change of what's going on around us. That's how important this thing is. That's why I've been talking about this since the day he did the show at WNN. I wish there was more products on the market that did this, is what I have to say. Other than that, enjoy. I mean, this is
And I want to thank
phenomenal.
Jacqueline Coleman, because actually one of our offsite producers introduced us to Jacqueline, and for me it was always all about the U. And she came here, and her family, strong history, University of Miami and Coral Gables, and she hosted a show at WNN 2 weeks ago, or maybe it was last Monday. And Irvin came and she interviewed him on the radio, which was spectacular. So a huge shout out to Jacqueline if you're watching, because what he does and what you have created in the midst of the pivot, as we so call it, it's not a pivot. And I keep saying to people, we're done pivoting, right? Now it's time, you made your transitions and now you grow. And this is exactly what you've done.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a very unique circumstances we were all in. It was a very big equalizer. Because everybody felt it. It's not like a recession, you know, that one country will feel it, and then you see the European market maybe taking over, or maybe Asian market. This happened worldwide, and to be able to have that reset button really show your character, because there's no longer excuses of, listen, I always wanted to have time to, you know, travel, or maybe travel was an issue back then, but maybe study a new language, maybe change your career, maybe start painting. Whatever your excuse always was, this pandemic really reset it. So it really shows that it's within you to make the change.
Yeah, absolutely. And you've got two different kinds. I see one is more of a rosé.
Yeah, so we have two Proseccos. The first Prosecco, it's a brut, so that means that the wine is naturally dry, 0 added sugar, so it's 2.9 grams of sugar, and it's made out of a unique grape. This grape is called Glera, and it's known to grow in this area on the northeast of Italy. It has an Austrian descent, but it is an Italian grape that we make Prosecco with. So by law, it has to have Glera for a Prosecco. The second one is a rosé. This rosé that you're trying is the Espumante rosé that we make with Merlot. And this has 95% Merlot and 5% Refosco. Refosco is an indigenous grape also from the northeast of Italy, and it's very similar to a spicy Merlot. So what we do is we press the grapes, we get out the juice, and then all the grape juice is the same color. So if you have a red grape or you have a white grape, you press them, they each have the same color. So you can make a white wine out of red grapes. The difference is that you don't let it touch the skin. The skin is where you get all the polyphenols, and also you get the color of the wine. So our wine touches the grapes or the Merlot grapes just for a few hours, and that's how we are able to get this very nice salmon color. And then this is the espumante. We're also going to make a Prosecco Rosé made out of Pinot Nero, which is also Pinot Noir, and Glera. And that will be available in January 21st, sorry.
And where is this for sale?
So right now we are actually selling it at my favorite Italian restaurants, Louis Bossi's in Fort Lauderdale and Boca, here around the corner. And we also have it at Elisabeta's in Del Rey, and very shortly we're going to have it in West Palm Beach at the end of the year, and also Elisabeta's. And we also have it at my favorite hotel in Fort Lauderdale called Sparrow. It's a rooftop bar. It's absolutely beautiful. I recommend you to go. But right now we're picking and choosing which accounts we want to be in, because I was saying that thank God we've been having this incredible success. We get to choose which accounts we want to attend first. Fulvio Sardelli also has it now in Hollywood Beach. So some of my favorite Italian restaurants are the first ones to get this Prosecco.
So can people get it online?
Unfortunately, we cannot start the e-commerce yet, but you will have it in a few weeks, and it's a matter of website development. But soon, each of our bottles of Prosecco have a Q reader in the back of the label. You can scan it with your phone, and then you can enjoy Prosecco Zero at the comfort in your house within days. So you can actually scan the Q reader in the back of my labels and buy it online, and then it will be in your house in about 2 days. So this is a new e-commerce platform we're developing, and it should be available in about 2 to 3 weeks. So rest assured that all your viewers can enjoy Prosecco Zero very soon. In the meantime, please, follow us on Instagram. My Instagram is Maca, M-A-K-A, Machado, M-A-C-H-A-D-O. And that way you can still follow us and see the updates on our Prosecco production.
Is there a list on your Instagram of the different restaurants that people can go to get this amazing wine?
Yes, so we advertise, of course, all of the people who are helping us build our brand, but most importantly, we're part of the community. So we want you to enjoy not necessarily national accounts, but we want you to enjoy the cuisine of Fort Lauderdale, because we feel our Prosecco really matters when it comes down to pairings. It's actually the first time a Prosecco should be paired with food, and with difficult pairings. Every time you're enjoying yourself vegetables, asparagus, Brussels sprouts, first question a sommelier would do, what do you pair with Brussels sprouts? And now we have the answer, and it's bubbles. Who knew?
What do you pair with Brussels sprouts? Bubbles.
Brussels sprouts is the stuff that when you eat it,
No, that's asparagus.
Oh, it smells funny.
That's asparagus. Brussels sprouts are the little round green.
Yeah,
you probably don't eat those either. Asparagus are long and skinny.
I've eaten one.
Freddie's not big on greens.
I would eat greens with this.
bubbles?
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, Freddie, that our Prosecco, it's almost like vegetables, right? You know they're good for you, but you don't necessarily always love the flavor. Our Prosecco is just that way, but you actually love the flavor. So it's actually having your veggies on a glass, Freddie. So you can actually enjoy responsibly, something that helps your health, 0 added sugar. So it's good for you, and it tastes delicious.
I think we should sell that. I think we should sell that bottle and just put a nipple on it.
Won't last very long. Jordana, what do you think?
It's delicious.
It is.
And you know what? You can definitely taste the difference with the size of the bubbles, which is so, I mean, I didn't think that I was
Wow,
aware
you're
of
like
You
a
didn't think
bubble.
bubbles
Are you a
matter, huh?
bubble connoisseur?
I love champagne.
Size
I love
size
Prosecco,
doesn't
and I will
matter,
tell you, but I will tell you, this is so smooth, and this is this the rosé one?
Yeah, so you're tasting actually a Merlot. A Prosecco, well, this is called Espumante because it's not made out, like I pointed out, Prosecco needs to be made out of Glera. So it's not called Prosecco, this one's called Espumante Rosé because it's made with Merlot. But Merlot is a very difficult grape to make into sparkling wine, I will have you know. And we were able to cross every single one of these bridges successfully, I'm happy to report, because we were able to not only not add sugar, but you have, like you pointed out, incredible bubble counts, but also the flavor profile. It has a sense of place. You can actually taste this Prosecco, and you're teleporting yourself to our vineyard. The only thing missing is the stamp in your passport. Otherwise, you went to our vineyard.
He's great at
You
marketing.
can actually
He's the
taste
best.
the wine. So this is very important because usually when you're tasting champagne, you taste the wine, you say, I can almost see the Eiffel Tower, right? But with Prosecco, you now can see Venice. And this is really important for us. Sense of place. We are Italian born and Miami raised.
You know, it's really funny. Did you grow up in these vineyards?
No, I studied winemaking not very far from this winery in a valley called Valpolicella. Valpolicella means the valley of many cellars. So that's the largest area of production wine for Italy. And I mean, I gotta say, I'm about 80% of my body is made out of Prosecco.
I gotta tell you, your accent, I wish there was like a Google voice with your accent, because your accent is so amazing.
It's terrible.
No, it's beautiful.
You want to
I
have a
feel like
Google
I'm
voice?
back home in Italy.
Yeah?
He wants to have a Google voice.
Yeah, I gotta replace my Siri with you.
No,
Siri, there you go.
maybe for the next show we need subtitles for me, right?
No, your voice is incredible. No.
It's actually authentic.
Yeah.
From Italy.
Well, when they ask me where I'm from, I always like to trump them and say I'm from Alabama. No, nobody's believed me yet.
I feel like if anybody else was talking to me about wine.
I wanted to ask, in Italy, the soil is different than in California where they grow in the Napa Valley?
Yes. I mean, one of the most distinct things about Champagne is that it comes from one of the most ancient soils. It's called Kimmeridgian clay. And this is one of the most ancient soils because we're talking about even before the Pangea, right, when the whole world was together. This area is called the Paris Basin, the base of Paris. And it's called this way is because Jurassic soils were folded together and created this unique composition of this soil. It cannot be mimicked, of course. So some of these ancient soils are also in Italy. You have also pre-Jurassic eras like the Tortonian area, the Helvetian area. So this unique composition of minerals, nitrogen, magnesium, cannot be mimicked anywhere else. Unfortunately, something like Napa Valley, it's a much younger soil. So if you think about Kimmeridgian clay, this happened over 800 million years ago. So this soil and these minerals, you have to think about Champagne used to be a lake. So this dry out, and this unique composition of nitrogen and magnesium cannot be mimicked. Napa Valley or the whole Sonoma Coast used to be underwater, but that's only 300 million years ago. The Paris Basin in the Tortonian era was over 500 million years ago. So it's a much older soil, and what that does, it creates a very compressed clay that produces a unique mesoclimate.
So that's why the Italian wines are so amazing.
No, also
Yes.
different. I would say different. It's than American wines because it's two different approaches. In Italy, wine is food, right? So you need to make sure that your wine pairs with what you're eating. What grows together, goes together, right? In America, we have a different mindset because we're fairly new into winemaking, right? But the beauty about the American wine industry is that you don't have that baggage of culture. And we have an incredible growing conditions. So whatever you want to grow in America, you can grow it. It's fantastic. In Italy, unfortunately, certain things, certain grapes grow better than others, and you're limited by these conditions.
Was your family in wine?
No, well, my dad was a drinker, if that's what you mean. Yeah, I guess so, right? No, my family was not necessarily in wine. I mean, other than the Sunday dinner with my dad. But my mom set up the bar. You know, I used to like to go to the clubs when I was a young kid, and my mom always used to say, "Drinking will never get you anywhere." So last year I was in Saint-Tropez in Monaco in a yacht with one of my good friends, Francois Maton. He also is a winemaker. And I took a selfie in the yacht in Monaco, and I said, "Listen, Mom." I said it to my mom. I said, "Listen, Mom, drinking has taken me around the world, and I'm still traveling. So cheers from Monaco."
It's a beautiful thing. Amit, did you get to try it or?
Yeah.
Mine is too.
And here's the thing with Amit, you're always in the social scene.
Yeah,
This is what you do for a living, is the social scene.
Oh, you guys really want to know? We do it together, but
Oh, okay.
you know, the DJ, like I'm a DJ. I'm a DJ producer. Like in West Palm Beach, like it's a whole different ball game for us when it comes to that DJ world. So yeah, we are very social. We meet a lot of people, and we get one thing we do or used to do is drink a lot. because we drink for free at every bar we go to downtown. And I'm very huge on champagne and wines, and I must say, I'm very into the whole like not too sweet, and that's what I loved about it. It gave me that very, very like pleasing taste of the wine itself, and not that extra kick of sugar which you get on a regular candy bar or anything else. So I loved it. Thank you.
Awesome. All right, let's go
Thank
to
you so much,
commercial break.
Amir.
Jacqueline says hi. Hi, Jacqueline. Good to see that you're watching. She says hi, friends.
Jacqueline, thank you so much for everything you do and for what you do for the wine industry. You're an incredible broadcaster, an incredible element to what we do. So thank you so much.
She has a show about wines, correct? A
Actually,
radio
I
show.
owe Jacqueline a call from Monday, but we had the meltdown with the cameras, and I had to call her about doing something here as well. But yes, and she did a very nice job at WNN, and I was blown away by the interview, and I thought it was outstanding. And I think it's more to come on this stuff. We have some ideas that we want to do in the future as well. And getting back to the soil, I saw a movie where the soil was part of the movie and the vineyards were not producing, and it was in Italy. And somebody came over to the guy and says, well, you're doing it all wrong. And I didn't realize that you could grow stuff wrong even if you have the perfect environment. And it was great.
Interesting. All right, let's go to commercial break. When we come back, let's talk to Amit and your guest that we haven't even introduced. That you've been here for a couple hours, so we're going to stay tuned. We're going to go to commercial break, and we'll be right back.
This is Black Tie Liquors, your one-stop shop for wine and spirit needs. Whether you're looking for an ice-cold pack of summer brews or just to grab your favorite bottle of scotch, whiskey, Black Tie Liquors has you covered. Come choose from a wide selection of beers, wines, spirits, or liqueurs. Or if you're in the mood, feel free to grab one of our fresh cigars. Stop by Black Tie Liquors today, located on 5970 South Jog Road, Lake Worth, Florida. Or give them a call at 561-968-0988.
At Carmen Care Advanced Laser Therapy, our professional team specializes in finding the best alternative laser therapy treatments for your painful conditions. Do you suffer with chronic pain, a post-traumatic injury, or simply looking for the benefits of cell rejuvenation to the skin? Schedule a consultation today to understand how photobiomodulation can help reduce your symptoms, reduce or even eliminate pain. Give us a call today, 561-405-9577. We focus on treating you who has a disease, not a disease that defines who you are. Contact Carmen Care Laser Therapy today, 561-405-9577 or CarmenCareLaser.com.
We are on fire. So let's spread your business like a wildfire. Spotlight your business, ideas, and events through our Brooklyn Cafe TV channel on Amazon Fire. Contact us at 888-224-5422 for more information. Let the whole town, even the whole country, know your message with a click of a button. Together, we ignite.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Hey, we're back. Very nice. I gotta tell you, nice stuff.
And we are back at the Brooklyn Cafe Show, moving the camera angles around, keeping everyone socially distant and as safe as we possibly can here at Amp Media Production Studios. So we're now switching the camera over to Amit Knightley and your guest. So welcome, guys.
Oh, you can finally see us in the camera. Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday. Got Pat here in the building. Pat, let's introduce yourself. What do you got?
You said that and she didn't bring you over. You gotta find out if it's even on.
There you go. We got you.
There you go.
All right. Hey, how's it going? My name is Pat Lazzo, aka DJ.
Nice to meet you. What did you guys talk about on your unemployment woes on your Unemployment Woes podcast today?
Well, I started off with the back pay because that is the biggest issue right now. I call it the life savings because people have blown their life savings and they're trying to replenish it and get it back, and that's what the back pay is for. And a lot of people are still stuck. I made a post yesterday on Facebook, and I had like 30 people stuck. So I'm taking their names and their claims, and I'm trying to like email them right now to the DEO, like everybody. I have the whole email list of everybody that works there now. So I'm gonna blast email like fix these claims. So that's what I'm focusing on right now.
You can do that?
Oh yeah, of course.
And they answer you?
Oh yeah. I
Really?
make sure. I was, I've been on the phone with the DEO more than anybody in this whole state for hours and hours. See, I was doing 20 applications a day in the beginning, as like people from 8 o'clock in the morning to 8 o'clock at night. And I would be on the phone all day with unemployment, just listening to the jingle, because what I was doing is helping them get their back pay. I would three-way them on the phone and sit there and talk for them because they didn't know what to say.
How many
or what
hours
to do.
did you do that?
12 hours a day?
And what do you do when you're on
This guy
hold for
didn't
12
sleep at
hours?
all. I witnessed it.
Sometimes it was like the most I've been on the phone was 4 hours, and while I was on the phone waiting for one person for 4 hours, while they were on three-way doing something, watching TV in the kitchen, I was helping somebody else on the other phone, and then unemployment answer. So it was just back to back. So at times I was helping two people at once.
And let me ask you a question. When you finally got through, if you can remember what the question was that you asked them,
All
how
right.
did they approach you? Because you're not the norm.
Yeah. So only two people recognized who I was by my voice on the phone out of like every employee I talked to there. But people, I have the other person on the phone with me, and I let them know, hey, I'm this kid, up front nowadays. I'm this kid. This is what I'm doing. I'm here on the phone with them trying to help them. I have the person on the phone, and I let them sit there and speak. But if they're out of place or something, then I'll interrupt. So I sit there with the person on the DEO and work. And so far, they have not been rude to me or anything, so I'm not going to sit here and bash them. But some of them have been helpful, and some of them have not even been trained for the job properly. I have to be honest.
Okay, but I mean, that isn't the problem, right? I mean, how do you resolve the problem?
Oh, me?
How do they resolve the problem? The problem is what? What is the problem when you get through? What is it that number one culprit? What's the biggest deal?
It's just getting on the phone.
And talking to somebody.
Yeah, it's just getting on the phone. I can call right now, live. And the chances of getting somebody on the phone is a 50-50 chance. I developed a system that I figured out for the phone that will actually connect you to somebody right away. And it works at a 50-50 rate where either they'll call you back, they will call you, the DEO will call you back, or you'll get on the phone within 10 minutes nowadays. And it's literally a phone trick I found out from somebody I developed myself. I made a video of it, and it's blowing up on YouTube right now. But it shows you how to sit there and press the keys to trick the system to get you on the phone with somebody.
Wow.
It is nuts. But why do we have to go to that measure?
Exactly.
So that's where I'm stuck right now. I've been using this system. I have the video up on my Soulful DJs page, and that's what people are using to get through, and they do. But the main thing with the back pay is some people, it's random, because some people will get it within minutes, and some people will get it in 8 weeks.
Are they paying the arrears still? If they owe you like $8,000, are they doing these things?
Yeah, I just got somebody $14,000 yesterday.
Okay.
Wow. So that's what you guys talked about today. And tell us about your business.
Yes. Is the mic working this time? Make sure. All right, perfect. All right. So the main thing that we also talked about was my clothing line. It's called Lazo New York. The main thing that we're doing right now with the clothing line is like using it as a platform to get certain messages out there in the world about whether things that are going on or just something that you know that if you put on, it's going to be comfortable while you're wearing it and you'll look good in it, of course. So we're really dwelling into that. And I also made an announcement live on their show that I guess I'll do it here too, is that I plan to open up a store in the Wellington Green Mall. And with that, I'm making it a platform for anybody that has their own clothing line to contact me, and you'll have the opportunity to place your clothing line in my store as well too.
Wow.
Yeah. And I understand earlier we were talking about royalties.
Yeah, royalties on that. You will keep 100% of your royalties. If you want to sell your shirt, for example, for $20, you will get your $20 for every shirt that is sold there. I'm not interested in trying to take money from anybody. I just want to make my store a platform, a plug in a sense for everybody that wants to get their clothing line or their brands, whether it's hair products or anything that we can kind of incorporate in that store to make it what they want to make
Well,
it.
I gotta ask you, how big is this store? Because you're gonna have everybody and Uncle John coming in here.
We're gonna bring the wine in there.
Well,
We're bringing
yeah,
the paintings.
because honestly, when that happens, I'll just get some more stores, right?
Wow.
Sorry, Shane.
Listen, the man.
So let me ask you this. I
Tip my hat.
I didn't ask you this earlier because we talked about this during the pandemic, right? And the stuff you had to go through to get there. And I know you did a bunch of certificates and stuff during this time. Like you spent a lot of time on that. What do you think? How are you feeling? You know,
really,
give me a little bit more of an idea, like how you feeling. Like I'm all for power.
Yeah.
But really tell me, with everything that you've been through in the last 8 months, what are you feeling?
I feel refreshed because honestly, I was working too hard before. So it was a much needed vacation that I never even knew that I needed. So because, aside from the business that I have now, I am a DJ and a promoter for several businesses that want to get their brands out there. So I was spending a lot of time focusing on other people's businesses rather than my own. So when everything closed around me and I was losing my contracts of businesses to promote, I said, you know what, this is the perfect time for me to promote myself and get to that level of the people that I've met, because I've had conversations with millionaires before, but I'm not a millionaire, but I'm pretty sure I can get there one day with the right motivation. So I had more time than ever. I ended up taking some free courses at FAU and at Harvard, gathered a few certificates of
FAU
hospitality
and Harvard.
management and all types of different things that I never knew I had time to get. So here I am now, just really trying to just keep leveling up and help everybody else around me.
So I just got to acknowledge you. You are like pure love.
Yeah, I'm a loving person.
You are like you love people. You're loving all the people you promote.
Yeah.
And you give your heart to them, and then all of a sudden you're going to open your own place and give people free platforms for all their stuff. Yeah. I mean, your heart is so huge. I'm going to have you on the Florida Love Show because you're incredible.
Thank
You're
you.
spreading love all over the Florida community.
And ironically, the shirt I'm wearing right now is from my clothing brand, and this shirt is called Speak Life. And what I'm speaking into existence is love, prosperity, flowers, just things that grow. And since I'm always growing and looking for the next big thing to do or the next proper person to promote, that's what it is.
Wow.
On my end now, actually, there's something I've been putting off and talking about, but I got slick a little bit on it. As of tomorrow, I'm going live. My new record label, Stars International Records. I've been working on this for years, 6 years actually, and this year was the year that I actually get to make my break, and this is it. Next month, the recording studio will be open in West Palm Beach. Right now, we're working on everything, and I want to tell a little bit about it. So what I'm doing is we're a multicultural, open format record label, right? And we focus on artist development. And what artist development is, like, if you get signed to a record label today, so let's say I'm Def Jam, and I say, hey, what's up, Pat? I want to sign you. Here's $2 million. What are you going to do with that $2 million? Do you know what it is? It's a loan. Nobody knows that. They think, oh, it's a signing bonus. No, it's a loan. They're going to give you $2 million, and they expect you not to buy a Lambo or a house with it. They expect you to go buy studio time, make your music video, do everything, plan the album, completely work. And if you don't, like, for instance, Trinidad James, Def Jam gave him $2 million. He blew it. And then he dropped him within a few months, and now he's in debt because he owed them that money back. My label is on artist development. That means I'm going to teach the artist how to get that money. I'm not going to loan you the money. I'm going to make you work for it. My services, I offer free credit repair to my artists. Like, I'll teach you. You need to get loans and stuff to make you make yourself. I'm basically training the artist in the indie sense. I'm not here to be a middleman and rob them. I want them to grow. And even, like, I have some signed artists I'm working on right now. I have a group I just signed. It's my brother's group called the Exclusive Society with 12 kids. These kids are between 15 to 18 years old. They've been in my studio every Saturday, nonstop. I've met all their parents, and I'm sitting here. I'm like, at least they're not on the street doing drugs and stuff like this. They're here making music, and they're about to make their first break in the next few days. My brother's 16 years old, and the kid is about to not drop out of high school, switch to virtual school, like real virtual school, it's really taken off. Some of these kids are homeless right now. I have one named Sinatra, and I even offered him to stay with me, but he has a lot of pride, and the kid's really, really dedicated to music. He's in the studio working right now. No job, 18 years old, not a great family. He's sleeping on someone's floor. So, you know, and that's a story. That's all these kids have a story. You know, and when I was their age, nobody gave me a chance, and that's what I'm doing. I'm developing them as artists. I zero tolerance for drugs. You know, I'm trying to develop artists in a new sense. And that's what I'm working on right now. So Stars International, it's going to be this about everybody the whole way 9 yards. So
beautiful.
Yeah.
As you can see, my love is rubbing off on him too, man.
Totally. We're love brothers.
So, yeah.
Let's take a commercial break. When we come back, Slick, you're going to fill us in a little bit on what's been going on with them. Right?
All right.
You're like, you know, the music label, the Prosecco, the Love Show. Slick's kind of like the great connector. I think Slick is like the great connector.
I'm not going to say
Chenzo's
nothing.
back in the house too.
I'm not going to say nothing because I'm going to get him in a lot of deep water. Deep water.
Colombiana.
I love that. Colombiana might distract me.
All right, let's go to commercial break. When we come back, more of the Brooklyn Cafe Show on this Thankful Thursday. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back. If a tree falls in the woods and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? Have you ever felt that your voice goes unheard? And you think that you can make a difference if only someone would just listen? It's time for women in business to have a place to step into your power, a platform to embrace your hopes, dreams, and your visions, a voice to heal and restore. Your voice can make a difference. We have the platform to share your story and let your voice be heard. Be kind to yourself, give yourself the chance to be heard, and shine bright. Contact New Dawn Media by texting CAFE to 80800. That's CAFE to 80800.
Even though some things are far away, we plan for them ahead of time because they're important. When it comes to your celebration of life, it's really no different. You want to plan ahead now so your family doesn't have to later, and create a service that reflects your values, character, and traditions, no matter what they may be. At Dignity Memorial, we listen to every detail and make sure everyone is remembered.
Welcome to your vacation staycation. And what better way to kick back than to blend up a sweet pina colada, a smooth mojito, or just a nice stiff rum and coke. If you want true relaxation and enjoyment, then you want Gubba Rum. Gubba Rum is a unique rum infusion. Gubba Silver Rum is infused with real shredded coconut, and Gubba Rum Gold is infused with real shredded vanilla bean. Both are made with certified organic ingredients. Each infused Gubba Rum is 35% ABV, 70 proof, and as we say in Boston, wicked smooth. So if you're looking for the best combination of taste, smoothness, quality, and price, your clear choice is Gubba Rum. If you want that wicked smooth taste for yourself or your vacation staycation, visit GubbaRum.com to find your closest liquor store that carries Gubba Rum Gold and Gubba Rum Silver. Gubba Rum, it's wicked smooth.
Need to hear one of our shows again? We've got them on podcast. Go to fmmoneytalkradio.com. Scroll down to Podcast on Demand. Pick your show, and it's on. Podcast on fmmoneytalkradio.com.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
You got an easy
It's
flow.
delicious. Very nice.
And we are back at the Brooklyn Cafe Show on a Thankful Thursday. A lot of moving sets. Jordana went to do her thing. Irvin went to go back and, I don't know, how
He's
do you...
promoting his product.
Pretty amazing. You go into a whole nother line of business during all of this, and
Well,
he
Irvin
sold out.
He had to leave, but he is sold out. He says he's getting a 3-shipment container in November. He has some private stock. That's what he gave us. He actually wants to do a reality show with us, and it's a very interesting concept that he has that he wants to do. But we're going to bring him back. I told him I want him to come back on a Friday when we do Viernes Social. And he says, I'm all in. And we're going to introduce a whole different world through his eyes, because we have that transatlantic
Media, correct?
media that we're talking about. He's very interested in doing that. So more to be continued. And did we get the card? We don't even know how to order. You got to go to this
We
restaurant.
can't
What's
order
the
it yet.
website?
It's we have his email. It's irvin@prosecco0.com. It is not available right now to be purchased on the internet. He said in a couple of weeks,
You go
months.
to Bassi.
He said if you go to Louis Bossi and you order Prosecco, it's the house Prosecco, and you call it Prosecco Skinny, and that's how you'd order it, like in Louis Bossi.
That's like the zero. Yeah, Louis Bossi bought all the boxes, by the
Yeah.
way.
I know why, but yes.
I know why too.
But
That's
and
all right.
Elisabettas and the whole chain is working very closely with them, which is amazing.
It is amazing, and it's a game changer for those of you that never liked Prosecco before because of the high sugar content and the taste. How do you like it?
Technical. But yeah, it was nice. It was easy flowing. It's nice and chill. I thought he was just saying stuff, guys, when he said it's like a slick,
really
but this
good.
is nice. It's like
This
easy
is like
flowing.
you in a bottle. What are you talking about?
It's nice in a bottle, like
It's like
slick.
him.
I should serve it to Colombiana.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you, you do that. and
I
can
think
see
she'll
the
fall
wedding
all
bells.
over me. But
Fall in
no,
love with you.
she would. She would definitely would.
Hector, taste them. Are we doing a tasting today, Hector?
Listen, it's definitely a great taste.
Do I have issues with sugar?
What are we tasting? What are you creating?
Pumpkin pie, I think.
Oh, well, we have to try that no matter what the sugar is.
Right? For your episode, we
Almost
have to do our
definitely.
pumpkin pie tasting.
Oh, and it matches so well with Prosecco.
It's
And if it doesn't,
Pumpkin
too bad.
Prosecco.
Perfect for Halloween.
Yes.
Perfect for Halloween. I actually uploaded Veggie Vero show for tomorrow, for Saturday, and they're doing crafts, making pumpkins out of a sliced apple. How do they
Making
do that?
pumpkins out of an apple.
Wait.
That's
A
one,
pumpkin
right?
print.
Okay.
Oh, that's technical. That sounds very technical.
Listen, at this point, anything is possible.
Gotta start,
Jackal
Oh, really?
apple.
Gotta start getting your Halloween costume ready.
Yep, a pumpkin print, and it's really a cute episode. She goes, so we're talking about Halloween, friends, and what color do you have that comes to mind for Halloween? She goes, oh, did I hear you say orange? So cute. Like, you forget how we talk to kids.
You talk to me like that.
Did you say
Are you like
orange, my friend?
Is that an orange? This morning, is that orange?
You're wearing orange and black, and I'm wearing orange and black. Like, the whole costume department got us coordinated today.
Yes, I wanted to be a giant pumpkin.
Hence, Halloween time.
Get
A
too
little
much.
bit of cinnamon, a little bit of nutmeg on these paint prints, and you get a whole, it's really
Are
cute.
you
what they
guys
put
dressing
together.
up? Anything,
Makes
any
sense.
costumes?
We were talking
We're
about that,
debating it.
actually.
What is Florida Love going to be?
I'm
doing
going to
for
be Elvis on the October 30th show.
Really?
You already got the voice down, Pack.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Perfect.
Are you going to be a young Elvis? Are you going to be an old Elvis?
Oh, no, I'm a young Elvis. I'm 21. Elvis
Young
21.
Elvis.
Elvis 21.
Yeah, it's hard to believe we're like all the way in this Halloween mode, right?
We are?
Yeah, I was
Do
convinced
we-
that Halloween
I
was
know.
going to be canceled, but here we are.
Yeah, I don't know.
Now, Halloween cannot be canceled because With the peanut set. No, what was
I
his
mean,
name?
what do you guys? There's no trick or treating, right?
I was going to ask you, do you have trick-or-treaters in your neighborhood?
Leave the bulls
Yes.
outside.
Do you?
The
I
way-
don't. That's
the
why
way-
I'm asking
The way
you.
it works is you
You
have to
candy during
tie
quarantine.
a ribbon on your mailbox, and they will come to your door.
Or you could leave it outside.
Do you do that?
like
or
the
no?
old
Just leave it outside in a pumpkin.
Yeah.
But what about you guys? Are you dressing up? Anything you're thinking, Dawn?
Yes,
I've been wearing my mask all
The crew
year.
was putting something together for us.
they actually wanted to do. They actually wanted to do a monster.
Villains or something,
villains,
right?
Villains.
Yeah.
Dawn, you would be a great Wonder Woman.
Yeah, but she's
Or
not a,
Catwoman.
Yeah, but she's not a villain. She's got.
I understand, but
they
she's a
think-
superhero.
No, they're thinking of Poison.
Poison. Oh, I
Ivy,
see.
right?
Poison Ivy.
I see.
And I wanted to be the Invisible Man, so I don't have to be here.
You see the clothes.
That's a good one.
Vinny must be on the board because he's the one that does all of that stuff.
Jenso came to get his haircut, and the barber didn't make it in today, so.
Yeah, the barber got busy. You know, I put one ad out and the barber gets busy. This is unbelievable. We have 14 customers show up at 11 o'clock.
But
I mean,
that's what we're
what
planning on
happens.
for Halloween. But the Veggie Veros episode is on Saturday at 9 o'clock, followed by Homemade with the Animator. So today we get to do our taste testing for Saturday's episode of Homemade with the Animator. And I believe it is pumpkin pie.
It's funny. This is what
You say pumpkin?
Pumpkin. Why?
Some people say pumpkin.
Pumpkin.
Pumpkin pie?
Some people say
Pumpkin
pie. And I didn't have anything to drink but
What's the matter
pumpkin.
with you?
You know, in Trinidad, well, I was speaking of accents because I actually have an accent too if I want to. Because I have a Trinidad accent.
What's your accent?
Like, it's broken English, really. Like,
Are you from Trinidad?
I was born here, but I adapted to the accent
What does
through my
it sound
mom.
like?
I don't know. Ask me something.
What's your name?
Oh, that's gonna sound weird. But for instance, okay, if I were to say my name, you guys would say Amit Rampersad, right? That's how you say it
So
now.
where's the accent?
But the accent means Amit Rampersad.
Ah.
There's a big
This
difference.
is plenty.
can't really
We can-
tell. You
we
see?
can
How
check
about if you
that.
say,
Like-
I'm going to
Let's
go
go grab
reggae
another fork.
dancing?
Huh?
I'm going to go
Let's wait a
reggae
minute.
dancing.
Thanks, Hector.
How do you say that?
All right, Freddie.
See, like we make
Or
it,
carnival.
It's you see, like going. We don't say carnival. We say carnival.
Carnival.
So like, hey boy, you wanna go to the carnival? We're going to the carnival. Like that's how we'll talk, like really fast. See, like nobody. It's weird. Like everybody
That's
looks
really
at me and
good.
never think I have that accent. Like when my mom's around, it's like it's on ballistic.
I told him he sounds like he's
Delicious.
singing
Did
when
you
he
guys
talks
get
like
to
that, man.
Hector,
Oh, we're
does
trying
this
the
have,
pumpkin
like,
pie now?
marshmallow on it?
All right,
What's the white?
we're trying the pumpkin pie right now.
Ah, cream cheese frosting. Do you like cream cheese, Freddie?
I love it. Me and cream cheese have a relationship.
That's delicious. Real pumpkin, not canned?
Sister of the male, yeah.
Oh, back to what I was saying though. Yeah, so
Wow.
in Trinidad, we don't say pumpkin, we say pumpkin.
You don't say
That's
pumpkin,
what
you
she
say
was
pumpkin?
saying.
Like pumpkin, like
Yeah.
but
With
pumpkin.
an N, right?
That's how you say it.
Yeah.
Yeah, with an N.
Do you know how you stop yourself from sneezing?
How?
Watermelon.
Look up.
That's one. No, you say pumpkin.
Really?
Really?
It really works. Try it.
Next time you have a piece
I'm
of
gonna
bread,
try
I'm
it.
gonna tell you.
I'm
to-
gonna try
allergic
it.
to
I'm
wheat.
definitely gonna try it, and I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna tell
allergic to
you.
wheat, so anytime I eat
I'm
wheat,
definitely
I
gonna
tell you, I
watch.
start sneezing like.
We've seen you have a sandwich here,
Now I'm
yeah.
gonna be waiting
Right?
for dust.
So you say pumpkin, and it stops.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm gonna
My
be
go-to
waiting
has always
for
been
dust
watermelon.
today.
That's funny.
Watermelon?
Yeah,
You guys like it,
watermelon
the
definitely
pumpkin
stops
pie?
it.
Yeah, I like the pumpkin pie.
Fresh pumpkin?
I'm gonna tell you, Hector,
You could
we're gonna
definitely
have to
taste the
open up
pumpkin.
A dessert center or something for you, because my God, you're getting better and better every
So
week.
Hector, real pumpkin, like you buy a pumpkin and you cut it? Real pumpkin?
It's that simple, but it's a little more complicated.
How do you cut a pumpkin?
Watch the episode.
Ooh, we got it on
The
Saturday.
episode is at what time?
Saturday at 9:30
I'm telling you, I am hooked on
Good plug-in right there.
It's like
hooked.
on the Kids Television Network.
Most
I'm hooked
def.
on
it's
that
like
thing.
saying, how do you drive a car? Watch YouTube.
Skirts.
And then
Got
I watch it when it is on YouTube sometimes, and I'll shoot it onto my TV. You know,
Oh, as in
and
like
push it out.
screen. Oh,
Screen share.
Yeah, screen share,
on
yeah.
the TV, and I watch it, and I see Hector.
hello.
Slick, are you dressing up for Halloween?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know who I'm
I
gonna
see you got
be
your
yet.
mask on.
I might just be like the Joker or something, but I don't know.
Nice.
Most definitely with that laugh and
That's
everything.
Vinny in
That's
the
a
closet.
sidekick over there.
He's gonna
You're
be.
gonna be the Joker, really?
I don't know, man, cause Vinny was talking about villains, so
I
I don't
thought
know
Vinny
what
was
villain.
gonna be the Joker.
You see, you're gonna be
Vinny,
a
you're gonna
villain.
be
I'm gonna be a
Joker?
hero.
Yeah, Vinny has the hair for the Joker.
Wow.
We gotta get you a wig. We gotta do makeup. We got a lot to do, bro.
Oh
You wanna
yeah,
start
you're
now?
right. You're right about that.
Yeah.
I'ma
Take some
keep thinking
biotin,
it,
you
but
can start
I'ma
growing
think
your hair
about a
now.
villain though. I'm gonna
You
think
remember
about.
Howard Stern used to have the Jokeman?
Oh yeah.
He had the guy, Babaloo or whatever was. the
Oh,
Jokeman.
yeah.
So Vinny has turned into the Jokeman, and we put him on there, and he does the noises, and there's actually a show, no pun intended, now on
Wednesdays.
Cable.
Oh, really?
On cable. So I wanted to write to them and say, you're taking this away? Because that's Vinny's show. That's what he does.
Vinny's, yeah.
That's really funny.
And it's funny, and the way they do it is ironic. They go against the grain on everything. So, you know, if you wear black shoes, they say you shouldn't wear black shoes and why. So the whole thing is like a kickoff to joking what you wear.
I got
It's
you.
just strange.
Change the other side. How'd it go today over in Studio B, Slick?
Studio B went nice. You know, I was behind the keys like Stevie Wonder, but the whole unemployment show, it was nice. Yeah, and no, Hector was on board too. Hector was
You know,
on
Stevie
doing something.
Wonder's blind, right?
No, but I was working. I felt like I was looking at them, but mostly doing everything like automatic. I was very automatic.
You had a
with
good
muscle
practice
memory.
session with
Yeah.
no sound.
Most that was an exception because I changed boards. That's what happened. I
Right, but you
changed
got to
boards.
check the board before you make
Yeah, what
the move.
happened with that?
He had no audio line in.
I had no
but-
audio
He was
line
doing
in.
the Stevie Wonder.
I was
But
doing the
Stevie's
Stevie
not
Wonder,
deaf,
but there
he's
was
blind.
no hero
There's no
hours.
audio line in.
The one that Slick was on.
Slick, what board did you use?
I used
Editor's
editor's desk. It didn't have a line in, so I created a line in, or Freddie created a line in.
So he says to me,
Did you save it?
Most definitely.
He
And I
says to me-
sent you the MP3.
but he says to me, he goes,
Yeah.
we did this whole thing.
Yeah.
There's no sound.
She liked it too.
I
She
said,
that's
"You
the
don't gotta
thing. She
be
liked
proud
the
of the
take,
boy."
and I'm like, I can't even bring back the take anymore. You got to do it again.
Listen, don't feel bad. I did a board at the radio station,
Mm-hmm.
and I forgot to turn off the mics. And the commercials are rolling, and the woman is getting all crazy.
And I was texting you or calling
And everybody's
you.
calling me and texting, what's wrong with my phone? So I couldn't answer my phone and turn this thing off. Oh, I forgot to turn off the mics. Hot mic, hot
Hot
mic.
mic.
Like hot mic, mic's on, right?
And she was cursing up a storm.
Yeah.
Good.
That's
Like-
funny. We deal with that a lot when we're DJing too,
Oh,
because
yeah.
you know we're using the effects, and like we were running the whole club for hours, not realizing the effects button is on, and there's like reverb and there's echoes.
It's all types of things.
I like hot
Or
mic,
especially
man.
like if somebody tries to grab the mic, can I make a shout out for my birthday? Like, yeah, sure. And that can always just go downhill.
The mic is like, we lose the mic, and the mic will end up like in the bathroom, and you're hearing conversations over the club. Like
All
At the
types of
beginning
stuff.
here, when they were doing the boards, we did a commercial, and the mics were hot. They forgot to turn them off, remember? And I was like, we have to erase all that.
It all
I'm
depends on
sorry.
the energy when the mics are on. Cause I feel like if the mics are on and you guys are having like a good conversation,
No,
people
but
be
some
like,
of
"Oh
that
my
stuff you
gosh,
don't want on
behind
the
the
air. What the hell's the
scenes."
matter with you?
I don't know what you're gonna say if the mics are hot and you don't know that it's
Mics
Yeah, that's why you gotta always
Yeah.
be careful. Your mics are always
You
hot.
never say anything disparaging at all because
No,
you never
most
know.
definitely.
The mics are hot.
Definitely.
What do you have lined up for Florida Love tomorrow, Ken? Well, I still have a few
So
more
Florida
minutes.
Love is an amazing show tomorrow. I'm going to have Faith Washington on the show, and we're going to talk about love and freedom. I'm very excited. She's amazing. And then I'm having Jennifer Gutschmidt on the show, and she's going to talk about
Gigi.
love and mentoring. And, you know, there's no going to be no business on the show tomorrow, just love, which is
Okay.
really, love is no business. Love is not money. Money can't buy you love. So, and then the other, I'm having Clientele Skincare on the show, and she sent me a bunch of these amazing skincare products, and she's going to sing for us. She's going to sing some Christian music, and Sharon's going to sing some love songs. So there's going to be a whole lot of love tomorrow on the
Awesome.
Florida Love Show.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice, nice.
That's nice, man.
That's at 3 o'clock tomorrow right here at our Amp Media Production Studios. It's a great show. It's a great way to always kick off your weekend about sharing love, and hopefully
Spreading.
everyone's feeling a lot more love these days and a lot less anxiety and a lot more got to get out of your head a whole lot more. So have some
Yes.
more love.
Well, the weekend's here, so people are going to be feeling more at ease, as they say. We're doing social
We got a lot going
dinner
on tomorrow.
social tomorrow, are we?
At some point, I've got an energy healer coming into us from Maui tomorrow.
Ooh.
We also have Chef Mark.
And we got Chef Mark.
Well, Chef Mark, yeah.
Oh yeah, Chef Mark is coming tomorrow.
What's
And
he making tomorrow?
We don't know.
Chenzo, he's coming tomorrow.
I mean, I
We don't know what
I
we're
can put
making
some
tomorrow.
inspirations in if you want to give me some ideas.
But the idea is he's bringing something,
allow
and we are
me.
putting a tent outside, and we're going to lift the bay. He's going to cook outside, and then we'll lower the bay to serve the food inside because Dawn is allergic to the sterno.
Oh.
So
Dawn's
he's
allergic to life
accommodating.
these days,
But he's
but yes.
accommodating to do it. But he has to come back, and he has such a great time. So I
Yeah.
think we should have a little party
And
tomorrow.
this time we can actually use the hibachi table and see.
Well, we also have somebody from Hawaii, right?
And we've got Wayne Henry coming in tomorrow. He's bringing a guest at 12, so it's going to be interesting how we
I mean,
actually
you'll be
put all
here
this
tomorrow,
together.
yes?
I'll be here whatever you want me.
Because you also have, I want you to be here for
Mark?
Wayne.
Wayne?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Wayne will be
And
here
I
tomorrow
also want you
Yeah,
to
I'll
wear
be
a
Wayne.
hula hoop skirt because we're going to be doing
Hard
some,
pass.
some
Hold on.
Hawaii dances.
A mitt and a skirt. I'm
That's what I said. I'm like, yeah, you got a skirt like that?
Pass the point.
The last time I wore a
skirt,
skirt, I was like
Pass
3
the
years old.
point.
My mom dressed me up as a girl
Remember
because
the
she wanted to see
Flintstones?
what I looked like if she had a daughter.
I'm gonna start calling you Lilo.
And listen, you know what they say? The strength of man comes from a pineapple. Everything about a pineapple, if you think about it, is the wisdom.
Yeah.
My son uses it. Everybody tells me about the pineapple being the key to wisdom
Why is that?
because it grows upside down.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
That's
Yeah,
what
it
they
is.
tell me.
It grows in the ground.
Yeah.
Inside the
You
ground, it grows
pull
upside
you pull
down.
it out of
Doesn't-
the ground
you
most
pull it
times.
out.
It
It's
could
not-
grow above ground. You can set it up too, but most of the time it grows underground. You pull it out.
Underground.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
You don't
It's a
even
root.
know that, and
It's-
you're
No, 'cause I
saying
used to
that.
grow
It's a-
pineapples
That goes
and
amazing
it
with
didn't
rum.
grow underground. It grew.
Yeah.
I would plant the crown, and it would grow again, and it
Yeah.
would grow from the middle of a
When
tree.
you
up.
watch it, when it grows out the ground, because that's by preference. It's supposed to grow in the ground so you get all the nutrients for it. You'll see it grow as a stalk when it grows out of the ground, but you're supposed to grow it in the ground so you can protect it. That's how it's supposed to be.
They leave it too long sometimes, and you end up pulling up.
It goes, and it goes
Interesting.
amazing
I
with
had no
rum.
idea any of that was
Yeah,
true.
see? So if you have pineapples or you're a pineapple grower, come down and see us.
Oh,
'cause
yeah.
I give
Why do you
some-
think SpongeBob lives
I
in
give
one?
some dirt in the front of the place here. We grow some.
You're woke.
Wow, unbelievable! Nice show today, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Try it.
I'll gladly come back whenever you guys want to. Yeah. I'm always in the area.
You'll let us know when that store is opening up and how
Most
people can get
definitely.
in touch with you.
Definitely. So my goal is to have that store open up by the end of this month.
Wow.
I was just waiting to see how many people I can get to have their products in there first, rather than opening up a store with just my clothing line. I can do that, but that's not the goal here, you know? So once I have enough people that say to me that, hey, I want to put my clothing line here, and we talk about what that all entails, the requirements, then cool, I'll gladly open. But the goal is definitely Halloween, what I was trying to open for. But I don't mind waiting until like the first week of November if need be.
Well, we have
But-
some special kits also that make candles and stuff like that. I'll talk to you a little bit
Yeah,
about.
definitely.
I'd like
Once
to put them in there.
Perfect. Once again, my name is Pat Lazo, aka DJ Renaissance P. You can reach me on Instagram, talk to DJRP, TO, not the number 2. That's the best way to reach me. And I'll gladly help. You know, I'm all about, like he said earlier, spreading love and just getting us to where we need to get to together. You know.
The Wellington Green Mall. Wow, spectacular.
cool.
Yeah.
Tune in tomorrow to the Florida Love Show at 3 o'clock. And of course, Slick will be here tomorrow with Vinny. And
Most
Amit.
definitely.
We got Chef Mark going to join us.
Yes.
And Prosecco Zero. So check out Louis Bossi's and Elisabetta's up in Delray. And I think they said also up in West Palm Beach.
Cheers.
Prosecco
Yes,
Zero.
good
So
stuff.
cheers, everyone. Have a great afternoon. Stay
Cheers.
tuned. We've got
Love you all.
Pencil Artist coming at 2:30 with Jay Harmon. Followed by later tonight, we've got the 2-minute warning. So full day ahead.
Full day ahead. And like always, be safe and don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show is over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S will bring more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. Well, see you next time.
wait for you to bring me back to life. In my electric eyes, it doesn't mean that time can thicken every single breath. I want to unfreeze my heart and fly away. That's why I wanna save her. Your moons and craters. Open up my eyes, waterfalls of ice, sweeping me away like an avalanche. Helpless as I fall, the words can't say it all, sweeping me away like an avalanche, like an avalanche. I listen for a sound, waiting deep inside my maze of sweeping thrills and colors. Just a ray of light, bathing